Welcome back, Dollies.
Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's Sunday, but it's the Mondayest Sunday ever for me.
Yeah. And
We're
it'll
all
technically
sick.
be what, President's Day?
Yeah, you're right. So happy
hmm
President's Day. Did
Yeah.
you know that was in February? I didn't know when that was.
I did know it was in February just because I think I just like, it's always landed around my mom's birthday.
I
So
guess
I knew
that's
that
smart.
it was. hmm
I just didn't know. And on Arkham's our homeschool calendar, those old school preschool calendars, how they come with
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, birthdays. On the back of Valentine's Day is President's Day. So I think that's kind of dumb to do that in the same month.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm sick and my ears are so if I keep looking like I'm yawning, it's just me trying to pop my ears so I can actually hear out of them.
Yeah,
And I don't know if my voice sounds different or not, but
it
here we
does.
are.
You can tell that you have like a head cold and that you have some congestion going on,
Oh,
but
we're struggling, sis. We're struggling.
I know. I got my protein smoothie. I have been making these smoothies recently. Like they're very filling, they're packed
It
with
looks so
protein.
good.
It's so good. But today, so I usually will put um like milk or you can use water. I've used both. Just like a little bit and then frozen berry mix. And then sometimes if I have spinach, I'll throw some spinach in there. I do a few spoonfuls of plain Greek yogurt. It makes it super creamy.
Ooh.
And it adds protein. And then I will do a frozen banana.
I was gonna say, do add frozen banana
Yeah, and it usually comes out really
and
good.
protein powder, right?
Yeah, and the protein powder. So it's packed with protein and antioxidants and all that jazz. But then today I made it and I really like tart flavors. I think you do too.
Yeah, I feel like I do. I mean,
Yeah.
not like in desserts. I don't love like a lemon dessert, but I love
Yeah. Yeah. So I love tart flavors and everything. I feel like Jamil's not a fan of the tart flavors.
it.
And I made him a smoothie last week with like the regular smoothie recipe. He liked it. I liked it. And then right now he like took sips of it and he was like, oh yeah, like oof. And I was like, I didn't have a banana to put in it, so it's not as sweet as it normally
Oh.
is. He was like, I was like, oh, you didn't like it? And he goes, that was like one of the worst things I've ever tasted. I was like, no way.
Thanks.
I was like, it was, I was like, I mean, he's like, but I get it. You made it for the protein and like to fill you up. And then I was like, I don't think it's that bad. Like, it's definitely tartar
The
than it
worst thing you've
usually
ever
is.
tasted is cray.
I was
I've
like,
tasted a lot
no.
of bad things.
Yeah. He was like, I get it. You drink it for the protein. But he doesn't like tart flavors at all. Like he's not into cranberry juice. He's not into like cherry juice.
Oh
Like
my
it
God,
was
love.
like too tart for him. So I was trying to figure out like why, like what his taste buds were tasting that was making him like really put off on it. And I think it's the tartness because I
Yeah,
was
it's the
like,
fact that it
oh.
doesn't have the banana.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say too, do you ever do like strawberry protein powder? I feel like that
That's the
would.
protein powder that's in it.
Okay, I don't know why I thought you had vanilla.
No, I will do like a fruit one if I'm doing fruit smoothies. And I haven't like had any other smoothies that I've made. I always make a
See,
fruit
and
one.
fruit one is not my go-to.
Yeah,
If
it's not
somebody
really
makes
my
it for me,
go-to.
I'll drink it. But
Yeah, if I go out and get a smoothie, it's not really my go-to. But at home, it's just like the easiest thing to make.
what is your smoothie? Like if you go to Jamba Juice or Blenders or which we don't even have Jamba Juice in Indiana. We have horrible smoothie places here, so
We tend to like, don't mind if I get any seeds in my
chia.
smoothie. Yeah. We tend to like the chocolate peanut butter.
Okay, that's what I make at home. That's what we always like. I love the pumpkin pie smoothie though. Jamba usually has it
Never
seasonally.
tried.
Love. Also the chai smoothie. Oh my God. We love
I
that
don't
one
think I've
too.
tried either of those.
Highly recommend.
So how was your Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day was good. It was mellow. We just watched we usually try to watch Valentine's Day, but it wasn't on anything streaming.
Mm.
So we ended up staying up a little late with Arkham and I put on Dr. Dolittle because I'm like, I think he would like
Cute.
that. So
Yeah,
he did enjoy it.
cute.
And we got he made some food, but I like didn't really want any of it. And he was like, what do you want? What do you want? And he ended up going to pick me up. I don't know why I've just been craving like boneless wings, like just the sauce and everything with blue cheese. But
Um,
nowhere we've gone has had like the blue cheese I'm craving.
ugh, that's the worst when you can't find a craving.
So I got a pound. They sell a pound of fries now, FYI,
Who?
at Red Robin.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. He was like, dang, you got a lot of fries. I was like, well, it's for all of us to share. Kinda.
And what about it?
And it was so bomb, except for they didn't have their seasoning on it. There was like an option for no seasoning, but I didn't click it. So a little irritated about that. They could have at least sent me like the little packets to put on myself.
Weird.
It was still very good.
I
So,
bet.
and their ranch is bomb. Their blue cheese,
The ranch
no,
is
but
so good.
ranch is bomb.
Yum, I could kill for that. I'm starving right now. Um, we still have leftovers because Valentine's night we went to dinner at Buca de Beppo, which you guessed and you were right. Um, it was so good, and we got the baked ziti, we got the chicken limone, we got the trio platter, and it was bomb.
My
We have a lot of leftovers of the baked ziti because that thing was huge. I think like one piece of the chicken left.
God.
And then the spicy shrimp, and I think like two mozzarella sticks or something. So good. So I'm gonna devour that after this. But yeah, Valentine's was good. So we got through it. February is like the busiest month in my life. It's so busy. It's like two friends' birthdays, two moms' birthdays. It's Super Bowl. It's Valentine's Day. It's like so many things, and it's the shortest month. It's just like,
It feels long though. January felt like an eternity, but today I've been productive even though I feel like shiznit. I yesterday was entertaining. I joined the like free group for our town. One of
yeah.
my friends was in and she got us a free stroller and she keeps like sending me things out there like, do you want this? Look at this. And I'm like, I don't want to be in a free group because like we try to be minimal and like I don't want to
Mhm.
end up with a bunch of shiznit, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes it's useful or like you could resell some of the stuff or like so
Hmm.
and people put on there sometimes like, hey, I'm looking for this, this, and that. Anybody like have it to give? So I'm like, well, that's kind of good because you could also get rid of stuff too
Yeah.
if you wanted to. So somebody put like, oh, I have like a friend doesn't want like they don't need these cloth diapers anymore, and I didn't want her to just throw them away, so like I'm putting them on here for free. And I was like, oh, the stuff goes really fast. Like with if you don't see it within like 5 minutes, people like three people have already been like, want it,
I
like
bet.
I'll come get it. So nobody had commented, and I was like, okay. And it was just like a picture of like five diapers. But I saw one brand that I want. So I was like, okay. Like, so I was like, hey, like interested, please, like I can come get today or tomorrow, like DM me or whatever. So she did, and she lived like 10 minutes from me, which was perfect.
Okay.
And then she's like, are you having a girl? Like, do you know? And I was like, I don't know, but I'm not like picky. Like, I don't care. I was like, my gut says girl, but I was wrong last time, so but I don't care, you know? Like, sorry, I'll dress a boy in girl clothes. People may judge that, but whatevs. Um, so she's like, okay, because I'll leave like a bag out there that has girl clothes in it. They're mostly organic. So I was like, okay, yes.
Yeah.
And then we go and he's like, is this really all for us? Like, I hope we're not like taking like something. And it was two trash bags full.
Yeah, that's such a good steal.
So that was awesome. A lot of the cloth diapers think I got rid of. I thought it was like five cloth diapers, so I probably ended up getting rid of like five of them because they were like kind of just really worn and stained, and P doesn't love like the used cloth diaper thing at all. And I
Yeah.
get that. So the other ones that are brand new though, their elastic ad's out, so I'm probably gonna just find a way to
Mhm.
fix that or have a family member help me.
Yeah.
So that was a high point to the day.
Yeah, that is such a steal. That's
So I
so
was
exciting.
excited.
Yeah, seriously. Um,
But
and those
otherwise,
groups, how
uneventful.
come we don't sell them?
I think it's just people like that really want to get rid of stuff.
Hmm.
Because sometimes it could take a while to sell stuff, you know? So
Mhm.
people are like, or if they're like moving, they're like, moving, come get it. Like most of the time, it's literally like, come get it. Here's my address. And you
Hmm.
have to be in our town to join. Like they check your address. So I'm like, that's kind of nice. Like,
Yeah, because then you know it's like not somebody out of like
because I
the
hate
way.
sometimes on Marketplace where you're like, oh, I'm interested. Like it says it's close. And then it's like, oh, I'm in this town. And you're like, oh, that's like so
Mhm.
far, actually.
I know.
So
Worse.
that's kind of cool. I'll probably post some stuff once I start going through, but I've just been working on our Wi-Fi. We got a new modem a while back, even though ours started working again. But I changed it anyways. So I'm like, we have it and I
Hmm.
can sell the old one. So I'm gonna do that. And then I was just working in the kids' room trying to like organize but I just was like, I have to take a break. I don't feel good. Ugh. It's just been a challenge because like, when you're sick, you have like no appetite. And then I'm also struggling with appetite because I don't want anything and I'm pregnant. And my stomach has just been like growling at me and like I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up bile and I don't want to throw up with a clogged nose because I'm scared. Like, how
God.
it comes out your nose? I'm scared it'll get like stuck in there.
Oh
So
God.
I'm like,
Horrible.
please no, please.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I feel like that's just like
I'm
the
just
worst.
here doing my best. Oh my God.
Really, after this though, it's like all uphill, you know?
Uphill. We're like, I'm 13 weeks now. It's weird because when I had ARCA, first trimester was considered 12 weeks. Like 12 weeks, you're in your second trimester. Now, like on the apps, it's like 13 or 14 weeks. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. How did that change?
That's so weird. That's
So
so weird.
I don't know. So I think I'm in my second trimester. I don't know. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
guess it.
Yeah, at this point. Oh, well, hopefully you start feeling better.
Next week, it's a
You're
new
gonna be a
me.
brand new person next week. We're not even gonna recognize
Brand
the podcast.
new person. I know
Yeah,
my husband's like, you're
manifesting.
so petite. Like when I was 13 weeks, I could probably find a picture with Arkham. I was
Yeah.
like already big. Like when I was 20 weeks with Arkham, people legit were like, oh, this biatch is like full
Which
term.
is crazy because some people are 20 weeks and like can still hide it.
I know, and I was huge. And Arkham wasn't that big. Like he was 7 pounds, 3 ounces.
Yeah,
So, but I was huge. And this time I've literally lost weight and I'm like, he's like, you're so small. Like you look so petite. I'm like,
that is so wild. I wonder what like determines if like I guess it's just like everybody's anatomy and like genetics, but like you could have like a small baby and a huge belly, and then sometimes people have a small belly and then they have a
a
huge baby.
huge baby.
So that's so interesting.
And usually I feel like the babies tend to get bigger each time. Like even if it's like gradual, like, oh, I was expecting this baby to be like 7 pounds, 5, 6 ounces. But now I don't know. But then I'm like, maybe gender would make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Um, I
I think
also
it's funny because when people have twins and it's a girl and a boy, I feel like the boys always weighs a little bit more.
bigger. And I
Mm-hmm.
also feel like I feel like I'm just carrying this so different. Like you can't I'm showing to people that know me,
Mm-hmm.
but like if you just saw me, you'd be like, is that lady pregnant? Maybe she's just a little heavier right now. Like, like I
Yeah.
don't feel like but my stomach, it just feels really weird. Like it just feels like I'm carrying so different than Arkham. And like if I try to do like cat and cow yoga position, it just feels like right here is like tearing. Like it's like searing
Oh,
pain. I'm like,
yeah.
it's weird. And then when I went and they found the heartbeat, they were like, she was like, oh, like she was like, do you have to pee? And I was like, I kind of do. But she was like, your uterus is like, you're high. Like, that's weird. So I'm curious. This next appointment is like in 2 weeks. So I'm
Yeah.
curious what that will be like.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Find my
Update.
pregnancy photos with him at 13 weeks. Anything interesting happened in the day for you?
Not really. We just get through the weekend. Valentine's Day, then a friend's birthday, just the norm, house chores, hanging out, same old, same old. Um, and then Jamil is off for President's Day. I'm not, but it's fine. But yeah, nothing
Sorry,
too
all.
crazy.
So this was me like we're in our Halloween costumes, but this was me like 12 or 14 weeks with Arkham.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I'm like far from that right now.
I know.
So
You
it's
should, like
so
side
weird.
by side comparison pics. Like you should like make like a like where you can
A
put them
pic
side by
collage.
side.
I'll have to
Yeah,
do
that
that.
would be cute. Okay, should we get into the stories of the day?
I'm ready for the gossip. We need some uplifting. I need to let out my anger on something,
Yeah.
my frustration. Oh, while you're looking, I just want to bring up what I was going to tell you about. And
Oh yeah.
so, Arkham is like getting really excited for his birthday. He like knows when his birthday is now. He's getting excited, especially because Grandpa's coming. He's like literally been crying. He really wants to see my dad. He really wants to go to my dad's house. It's like heartbreaking.
Oh.
Um, and but he really wants a pogo stick.
Oh my God, I forgot about those.
I've never had one. Did you have one?
I think I had one at one point.
I asked P, I'm like, is that dangerous? Like, I have no idea why he's like obsessed, but every time we go to the thrift store, he's like, I'm looking for a pogo stick. And like he finds anything that looks similar and he's like, I'm like,
Where
that's
did
not a
you
pogo
learn
stick.
a pogo stick was?
I have no idea. I genuinely am like racking my brain thinking about like what show has a pogo stick, and I like don't know.
That's
Or
so cool. I completely forgot about those. I think I did have one at one point, but
you had like more dangerous random stuff than me though. That rib stick that you broke your arm on.
hmm yeah.
I mean, I had a skateboard, but I feel like that rib stick was way harder.
Oh, it was so hard. It only had one wheel in the front and one in the back.
Would you let your kids do
I
it?
love Oh yeah, totally. I loved it.
But I
Never
asked P, I'm like, is that like, are those dangerous? Because I was like looking, some of them are like $140. I'm like,
because that's like an
no.
extreme sport. Like people do like flips with them and stuff.
And P was like, yeah, they are dangerous. Because I was like, I don't know, I feel like it's fine, you know? And he was like, those are so dangerous. He's like, you know how many kids bust their teeth on them? Like, brush their front
Yeah.
teeth out? I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess we'll wait on that.
They're all kind of dangerous. Like at the end of the day, everything outside that you can use outside, it's probably not gonna end well. Because even me and Alyssa, like we had rollerblades or bikes, and like we just like always found a way to like make them more exciting.
I
And
guess you
like,
have to wear a helmet on a pogo stick too, maybe.
yeah,
No?
I know. If you're like really like into it, probably. I like never really could do it. So like I think I would
Yeah,
try
that's
to it a few times and then like I couldn't get it. So I just
I
like
have never been on a pogo stick. Like it's insane to me.
yeah.
But I did find like a kid's one, and P was like, and it was only like $20. So I'm like, maybe I'll get that for him. And it's like
Yeah.
adjustable, so kind of has like one of those the workout bands. Is that
Oh
called?
yeah.
Like a I can't even think.
Yeah.
And it has handles, and it's like the bottom is foam. It supports up to 250
Oh,
pounds.
nice.
Kind of like a good practice, and then maybe if he really likes that and he's good at it, like okay,
Yeah.
move to a pogo
Yeah,
stick.
that's a good idea, especially if it's like more inexpensive than the other ones.
And I feel like also you can like do it indoors, like a real pogo stick. I mean, in my house, yeah, probably I would have a kid pogo sticking in the house. But I feel like the foam one's a little more easier, especially with like having a
Yeah.
baby that's going to be on the floor.
hmm
So nervous with him zooming around on his bike and a scooter. Like hands, watch their hands.
I know, I know. Oh my gosh, and like the toes and stuff.
So it's
Well,
going to be
let me
really
know if you
interesting.
get it. I would love to see the vids. Okay, first story is WME executive who allegedly fired Justin Baldoni breaks silence on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So this story seems like we have somebody that's maybe backing up Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. So WME executive Ari Emanuel confirmed he fired Justin Baldoni from the agency amid the It Ends With Us drama while sharing his opinion on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. The chief executive, so he's sharing his point of view. The chief
What is
executive,
WME?
I don't,
Like an entertainment company or like a movie company?
I think so. Um, yeah, it doesn't give the breakdown the abbreviation. The chief executive for talent agency WME's parent company recently set the record straight on what he says went down with Justin Baldoni when Justin Baldoni was fired from the agency and how he feels about clients Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. In quotes, he says, I mean, it is a fucked up, bad situation with what Baldoni is doing, Ari said during a live recording on the Freakonomics podcast, set
Huh.
for release in March. E! News can confirm. And after it was noted by host Stephen Dubner that Justin was once a WME client, Ari starkly added, until I fired him. For his part, Justin previously did not reply to E! News' request for comment amid reports he was let go from the agency.
Huh.
The executive went on to share his opinion on the allegations Blake leveled against Justin and his production company, Wayfarer Studios. First in a workplace complaint and subsequently a lawsuit, including allegations of sexual harassment during the filming of It Ends With Us, as well as retaliation after the fact. He says, I've known Ryan and Blake for over a decade. They're really incredible people. In Hollywood, they have been incredibly successful. People work with them. They've never had any bad mojo out there or treated people badly. They are charitable. They've given tons of money away. He continued, if what is alleged in her lawsuit, that what happened on social media is true, just because she complained to the studio that things were unhealthy on the set and that he was director and this man was the producer, and they did to her what is being alleged, they're really bad people. Reiterating his stance on Ryan and Blake, Ari didn't mince words. I am a ride or die, he emphasized, and they are good people. In response, Justin's attorney, Brian Friedman, issued a statement on the actor's dynamic with Ari. Mr. Ari Emanuel is notably one of the best agents and clearly the most loyal in Hollywood, the lawyer said. As I understand it, Justin hasn't been called baloney since the fifth grade. Perhaps Ari's perspective would be different if they had ever met in the half decade they were clients of his agency. Ari's comments come amid what has become an increasingly contentious legal battle between the two. It Ends With Us stars what began as rumors of on-set feud during the press for the movie, soon into a legal back and forth. So yeah, I don't know. So we kind of have somebody that's speaking up.
So to me, it sounds like it's one of her quote unquote dragons. It sounds like obviously this guy's her talent agent, so of course he has a lot to gain from her not being in the wrong.
And honestly, this is what I thought too. If he has Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively in like his talent agency and he has to choose one for his financial gain, obviously he's choosing Blake Lively.
Especially because it's a package deal.
Right. Exactly. So
And
who
like
knows?
being charitable to me, like that makes me gag that he said that. Like, okay,
Mhm.
somebody's being charitable, who cares? Like that's not I mean, it's great. I'm not saying don't give to charity and that charity's lame, but like the situation that has nothing to do with it.
I know. It's kind of crazy. So we'll see what happens or what comes out next. But I thought that was interesting because I don't know. I feel like everything that's coming out, it's like take it with a grain of salt, you know?
Yeah.
Second story, which I wanted to get your opinion on because I know you're not a fan.
Oh God, is it my
Um,
mortal enemy, Meghan Markle?
no, no, no.
Markle, whatever her name is.
No. So the BAFTA Awards 2025, Kylie Jenner stuns in jaw-dropping backless gown alongside Timothy Chalamet. So I don't even know if you know that they're dating.
I have seen things, so I
Okay.
assumed.
So they've been dating for a little bit, I think. Maybe like, I don't know, a few
I'm
months, maybe almost a year.
surprised.
Everybody was shocked because they're so different and doesn't seem like her type,
Her
but
type, yeah.
Seems to be working. So sporting a glam look, and they haven't really like gone out with each other in public. They've kept it very secretive, very private. So now all of a sudden we're just starting to see them out together more. So sporting a glam look, Kylie Jenner joined Timothy Chalamet at the 2025 BAFTA Film Awards. Um, and she's turning heads. The 27-year-old joined Timothy Chalamet at the London event in which he is nominated for leading actor for his role of Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown. Um, the Kylie Cosmetics founder did not appear with Timothy on the red carpet, but joined him alongside the Royal Festival Hall, where they were photographed, enjoying a few cozy moments together in their seats. The two also chatted with the actors, co-star Monica Barbaro, who plays Joan Baez in the film. While they have yet to make their red carpet debut as a couple, Kylie and Timothy, who is also nominated for an Oscar for his performance in A Complete Unknown, have been spotted out together more recently in recent months since they first sparked romance rumors in 2023.
Oh,
So, yeah, I feel like over a year, I guess. Um, so this is the second time he has brought her as his date to an award show. Uh, the first time was the Golden Globes for 2025. So this is the second time that we're seeing it. They hard launched their relationship at the 2024 ceremony.
oh. So I think he's great. I haven't watched the Bob Dylan movie. I did see clips of him on Theo Vaughn's podcast, and he seems like very down to earth, like an honest person
Yeah.
that's like really wants to like do something to do good.
Mm-hmm.
Her, I'm not a fan. um, I, I, I just think like the whole self-made millionaire thing is kind of bullshit. She could make butt plugs and put her face on them, and she'd be a millionaire because of her family.
Yeah, definitely.
So I feel like that part is really annoying about her. But as far as like the Kardashian moms, I don't think she's one of the worst ones. So yay for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, I think
Um,
she's a very sweet mom for sure. Um, I don't dislike the Kardashians. Um, but she, I think, might be like one of my favorite.
Pops.
Hmm.
Chloe used to be my favorite.
Yeah, like I
Chloe
don't
and
dislike
Courtney, but
any of them, but of course I have like who I like more than others, you know?
another.
Yeah.
Who's
So
your least
my least, honestly, I feel like it changes.
currently?
Currently, probably uh Kim or Courtney.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Kendall for some reason.
Oh no. She's just like,
I'm happy with Kendall. She's like doing her thing. She's not a drama
yeah, I'm like, I
queen.
like will like forget about her because she's so not like drama centered.
Yeah,
So I don't have any bad blood with Kendall or Kylie or Chloe. I think Kim can just be like, I don't know, kind of annoying with like how she is on social media and stuff. Courtney, I feel like can also be annoying.
and I don't think either of them are good moms. I used to really
I
like
know.
Courtney, but as a mom, it's like cringe.
Yeah, yeah. I know,
So
me too. I don't really like her how she is as a parent either. Or Kim, it doesn't, yeah. So I think Chloe's a great mom. I think she does her best.
my heart like breaks for her.
Me
And I
too.
feel like she's like even good to Tristan's brother, who's like
She has
handicapped.
such a big heart. Yeah,
And she was so good to Lamar.
I know. Too good.
I know, except for it kind of breaks my heart, and I wish they would like end on a good love story.
I always think about like how it would have been if he didn't like go downhill. Because they were like
Um,
really in love and like happy in the beginning.
I know,
Sad.
very sad.
But yeah, so we'll see where the relationship goes, if it lasts, if it
If
doesn't
she's
last.
gonna get pregnant, I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see. But maybe this is what she needs, you know? He's humble, he's kind. They always tend to go for like the rappers, the NBA players,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't do them justice. So, and I thought it was cute because I saw this comparison and it was when she was with Travis Scott for Valentine's Day and he like went all
I
out
think
and
he did
like
not like her.
I know he did like this whole thing like this so many flowers like huge, right? He went all out for her and then it showed her and for this Valentine's Day and Timothy just gave her like a simple beautiful bouquet of roses and
Oh,
then it was like they said they're like, oh, Travis Scott had to go all out because he wasn't great. Like he knew he had to compensate for something. And it was like Timothy's like great probably. And like he doesn't need to do that because he shows up every day, probably, or in other ways. I'm like,
it makes you wonder, like, is he around her kids or not?
I know. I think that's interesting too. So I guess we'll see. Um, Third story, Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes' emotional conversation after Super Bowl loss revealed.
Oh,
Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and quarterback Patrick Mahomes exchanged touching words after their devastating loss against the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl on February 9th. Ruling on the field stands, this exchange is very sweet. After the Kansas City Chiefs were defeated by Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl, the team's tight end Travis Kelce, whose girlfriend Taylor Swift was in the stands as his team fell to the Birds 40-22, and
oh, and
quarterback
you
Patrick
know
Mahomes.
people are pissed that he went out to dinner.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I was like, he never should have gone. They share a touching moment. Following the game, Patrick made his rounds as seen in a video posted to X, formerly known as Twitter, on February 13th, reassuring his teammates, we'll be back and we're going to do it again. When the Texas native approached Travis, the two embraced with a pound hug as Patrick commented, I love you, brother. To which Travis reciprocated the love, I love you, dog. The 35-year-old responded, holding Patrick close. You know that. I owe you a lot. And while they didn't quite secure the historic three-peat they had hoped for during the big game, the two have found victory in each other's friendship in the years since Patrick was drafted in 2017. And for the 29-year-old getting to play alongside Travis, who was drafted to the team 4 seasons prior, was exciting. I knew of him, obviously, Patrick told People because he was such a great football player even before I got to the Chiefs. As for what it was like to finally get to me, I think my biggest impression was that's a tall guy, Patrick revealed, because I'd never seen a guy that tall be able to move like that. And they became besties.
Oh. My mom heart like breaks that the Eagles won after Jason retired because
Oh,
I felt like I felt so bad that he didn't win against Travis before.
I
And I
know.
know like people are like he has plenty of Super Bowls under his belt, he's fine. It's like I know, but like
I
the
know.
mom in me is like, "Oh, my
Let's make
heart
it
breaks."
even.
Let's be
I
fair.
know. So I thought that was
So,
cute. They lost the Super Bowl, but they won in friendship.
you know,
I guess
I'm
it-
wondering if this is a downward. Now, football people might hate me, Swifties might hate me, but I feel like this might be the downward spiral of the Chiefs. Like they've been on the top for so many seasons, I feel like,
yeah.
that I think maybe this is like their all right, we're climbing back down and somebody else is gonna climb over us.
Yeah.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I didn't bet on it like other people, so I don't know. I'd like to get her sportman's take on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we ask Jamil? He's right here.
What does
Do
he
you
think? Does he
your
think
opinion?
my
Do you think
guesstimation is correct?
do you think Sierra is correct? She thinks that this is the start of the Chiefs now making their way back down for another team to come up because they've been on top, or do you think they're still gonna be on top?
They're still going to be a competitive team, but Travis Kelce is on his way out.
That's what I was
Uh,
thinking.
He's been in the league for so long and he's kind of beat up. They got a lot of injuries. They got kind of an older team with a lot of injuries. So they'll be competitive, but will they be favorites to win? Probably not.
Like they might not make it to the Super Bowl next year.
They they won't make it to the Super Bowl next year. I could say I really do believe that they won't make it to the Super Bowl next year.
You heard it here first.
I-
Yeah, honestly, Travis Kelce looked like kind of wild when he showed up for Super Bowl.
He's had like the worst season he's had in like years. Also this year. So.
Well, it showed, and he didn't do himself justice when he went out with
Watch
Taylor
his-
Swift the night before the Super Bowl.
Can you split?
Okay, do we want to jump into the hot topic before the time runs out?
Yes, let's try it. All right,
Okay.
since I'm sick right now, I've never bought a box of tissues in my life. So I'm
What?
curious. Hot topic. Do you buy tissues or do you just use toilet paper?
I always only use toilet paper, and then recently I started buying tissues, and I actually love having a box of tissues versus toilet paper.
And I'm like, my nose is so raw right now, and I hate it with a nose ring. Like trying to blow your nose is the worst.
Yeah.
But when I'm at
so
pee,
cute.
I feel like maybe I need to be, but
Yes.
I feel like we get sick so little that I don't know. But when I'm at pee, he like would buy the fancy ones with like extra, like
Oh yeah, like the lotion on it and stuff.
yeah. And I was like,
Yes.
oh my god, like who are you?
Yeah. Well, we'll see what people say. I think it's gonna cut us off
It's hurting my
soon.
throat.
So maybe we should say bye.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye,
Love ya.
dollies.